Chelsea Jean, and I am here with Hannah, who is running for the Independent Party for governor. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
I was able to nab you before you go into your debate today
Yes.
here in Rochester, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, of course, the most basic question is, what is the Independent Party? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
you're right. A lot of people don't, there are three major parties in Minnesota, Republican, Democrat, and the Independence Party. And in philosophy, we're half of the other two. So we are socially tolerant, we don't believe in legislating morality, we're more live and let live. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we're fiscally responsible. So we believe in doing a cost-benefit analysis before any expenditure. We don't believe in spending money that we don't have.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy. And then I know Brendan is here, who is running for
Attorney General.
Thank you, Brendan.
You're welcome. I'm glad I remember.
I'm glad that you remembered. See, I was testing you.
Give me those low-hanging fruit.
Because I'm not going to vote for you if you don't know what you're going for. So what's great and different is that you two are kind of running the campaign together, which is a little abnormal of sorts. Can you explain what your reasoning behind that is?
Absolutely.
And why that's considered abnormal?
We think that this is a missing part of politics in Minnesota.
Well, and our whole team is not here today, too. We were in all the state office candidates, so we're missing a few people.
Right.
Yeah.
And Hannah and I are very close in our discussions. Our campaign managers are constantly working together. We even have an ad out together called the Indepedents. And we think this is important because there's not enough communication within the constitutional offices in Minnesota. And that's just a symptom of what I think is happening, and what I think a lot of people would like to see in Minnesota is a lot more conversation between those offices and between our offices and the people of Minnesota. So what the Independence Party stands for through our candidates and our campaigns right now is really making sure that we open these conversations up, not just between the two of us, but also to the people of Minnesota, so they get a piece of their government back.
Right. Well, it's timely too because of the DMC issue here with the Attorney General. Lori Sturtevant wasn't talking to the governor.
Lori Swanson.
And wrong Lori. Lori Swanson, my mistake, wasn't speaking.
She's my
to.
opponent, don't worry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who's that again?
She's only
all I
Lori.
know. The name I need to know is Brandon Borges. I no other name. But that they weren't actually speaking. The governor's office and the Attorney General's office currently were not even speaking to one another, and that's why they have the funding miscommunication right now.
That's scary. So what is one of the biggest things that you want to kind of get out to the public in terms of what you're going to do that's going to be different than the basic other two?
Well, I think the most important thing about the Independence Party, philosophy aside, we are the party that best represents the people. When 68% of Minnesotans say that they want the Viking Stadium entirely privately funded, and yet legislators go ahead and pass it anyway in a backroom deal, we have a situation, we have cronyism on our hands, and we would put up with it. I'm not for sale. Our team is not for sale, and we are interested in bringing the power back to the people. And
Which is the point of government.
Exactly.
Is for the people, right?
Exactly.
I think we lost that somewhere.
Yep,
Right.
and also with the Community Action Minneapolis, where they were getting taxpayer money, and supposedly helping the poor, but huge salaries going on, golfing, massages, vacations, all car loans, all on the taxpayer dime, and not once again not helping the people, just fleecing the public to line their own pockets, and we want to put an end to that.
Absolutely. And I know another big thing, and that's controversial and going on, and is normal. So I know that you're on the board, not so much right now because you're more active in your campaign, but still you're working towards that and making medical marijuana happen in Minnesota. Can you talk about, there's a story that you were telling me about earlier.
Right.
Do you want to touch on that?
This is something that has been going on for quite a while in Minnesota, where our citizens aren't being allowed access to medicine or being allowed to being able to even make the decisions that they should be able to make. for the benefit of their family. Over the weekend, we've organized with 6 other parties and 24 candidates, with the addition of another Green Party candidate who reached me yesterday, to come out in support of Angela Brown. Now, Angela Brown's a woman in western Minnesota. Her son got a line drive to the head when he was playing baseball, and he's been suffering from traumatic brain injury and severe pain, to the point where he has mood dysfunction, lots of pain within his body, and they weren't being treated, to the point where he's suicidal. And so she treated him with cannabis, and he started doing better in school. They asked, the teachers asked why he was doing so much better. People in the community started asking why his attitude was changing, why he was able to concentrate more, and she told them. And so now there's two child endangerment charges filed against her for doing what's right for her son. And the reason we care about this is because we have a bill right now that's on the table that has turned into law and doesn't protect over 30,000 patients like Trey in Minnesota, when it's quite obvious that Governor Dayton didn't want a bill at all passed.
Yeah.
And this is something that Minnesota NORML really cares about, and this is something that I think the people of Minnesota care about. 75% in the last poll from St. Cloud State said that Minnesotans want a comprehensive medical marijuana law, and what we have right now is a law that was doomed to fail and is set up for a monopoly, or rather, in this case, a duopoly. So, coming out in support for Angela in her arraignment over this weekend was a huge Herculean effort for all of us candidates to put aside politics and join together and say that this is wrong. We have the Independence Party in the middle, the Green Party and the Libertarians all coming together.
Yeah.
And of course the Grassroots Party together as well.
Well, and the bottom line is the state of Minnesota is prosecuting a mother for helping her child, which is not in any way helpful to anyone.
We're getting too
It's a waste of
hooked on-
resources. It's unjust. Any way you want to look at it, it's a poor. Yeah, it's an injustice.
And the positive in all of this is the massive amount of support. The entire patient community that was at the legislature earlier this year has come together and pushed for this as well, and has signed on to this press release that we put out. And with the candidates and the public in support of this, but not our elected officials, the opportunity is now to make a big difference in Minnesota politics and put people in office who care about the people of Minnesota and what they really think, and not special interests.
I think you just said that perfectly. I don't think I could wrap that up any better myself.
Well, people have been saying it to me, so really, I'm just the sounding board.
You're the sounding board.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And your campaign is Minnesota First. That's kind of your catchphrase or your tagline.
For the Independence Party, that we would put Minnesota first, as opposed to, billionaires who have influence. You don't need it. When we're in the Capitol, you won't need a lobbyist, a high-paid lobbyist, to have your needs represented.
And it really does come down to what Minnesotans want right now, and I think what they want is what we have as a team, which is authentic leadership in service to what could be a bright future for us.
Yeah.
So we just
To
need
make
to be
the
able to
government
make those
serve the
changes.
people again.
Absolutely. So you go, government serving the people. You get to choose that by who you vote for. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
anytime.
In a state plagued by partisan dysfunction and special interests, a team of extraordinary candidates has stepped forward to restore Minnesota's government back to its people. Hannah Nicollet for governor, the new girl. This problem solver has one mission: make Minnesota better. Does she have the ideas? Oh yeah. Does she know how to assemble the best team? You know it. Will she cave to lobbyists and powerful interests? Not on her life. Tim Giesecke for lieutenant governor, the intellectual, the mind of a scientist, the heart of a farmer. He literally wrote the book that redefines agriculture and environmental policy for the 21st century. There might be smarter people running for office. Well, actually, no, there aren't. Brandon Borges for Attorney General. Like your civil liberties? Not more than Brandon does. Brandon offers fresh perspectives and innovative strategies to protect your rights under the Constitution. Bob Helland for Secretary of State, The Guardian. Remember, it's not always who votes that counts. Sometimes it's who counts the votes. Bob is committed to defending the foundation of the democratic process by ensuring the integrity of your vote. Pat Dean for state auditor, the whistleblower, fired for blowing the whistle at his workplace, exonerated by the state Supreme Court. Pat combines the qualities and experience you want in the person watching the cookie jar. Together they represent ideas, integrity, and character rarely found in politics. Together they are the Indepedents, coming November 4th to a state capital near you, prepared and paid for by the Independence Party Candidates Committees.
Yep.